Oh, I think we're live, guys.
Oh, we did
Here
it.
we are. All right. So we're just going to get started. If you don't know me, my name is Brittany Bateman. I call myself Brittany Brainstorm, and I am the owner of the creative agency Brainstorm Boutique. And I have my sister with me tonight. She is a very talented designer and a social media performance coach. Her name's Casey. And then it's not about us tonight. We have a really special guest here. We have Maureeshia with us tonight, and yes, I'm so excited because one, you're in a different time zone, and I'm just so happy that we were able to connect and get our times lined up. It happened to be at the time that I normally do this. So, Maureeshia, I just want you to introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about you, and your business and all that. So you go for it, okay?
Oh my God, you put me on the spot. Hi, I'm Maureeshia Lumpkin. I'm 28. I live in Michigan now, but I'm from Southern Illinois. I do a online boutique, and I'm not really good at these, so I'm like, what else? I do like to take photos and just fashion and everything else, and I don't know what else to say.
You're fine. You're fine.
Your style is so cute. Your
It
clothes are
is.
so cute.
Thank you.
One,
I love them.
I want to think you're being way too humble about yourself. So I'm going to make you talk about more. So, actually, I think I'm going to change up the layout for us tonight because I want to be able to see your top. Normally, it's just like talking heads, but you're fashion girl. So let me, I'm going to change our layout so that way we can see.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
There we go. We want to see the whole
love
stuff.
that.
Oh, okay, real quick, decor. I'm obsessed with that eye mirror in the back.
Oh, the eye mirror? A
Yes.
neighbor saw it, and she's like, need this in the bedroom. I'm like, yes, send me the link, and I'll Venmo you. So she actually got it at Home Goods, and it was like $20.
I'm obsessed
it
with
fits the room, the aesthetic with the wood and everything, so I love it.
Oh my gosh.
I love that.
I love that so much. Okay, so
how do you describe your
Go ahead, Casey.
How do I describe what?
Yeah, how do you describe your style? Like what would you say it is? Because it's like it's very chic, but then I get like that like woody like kind of boho vibe a little bit.
Yes. But then you get the modern vibe, but then you also get like the romantic like roses. I just want to incorporate all the styles and make it my own, if that makes sense. So I don't know like the
I love it.
Yeah. So I like boho, but I also like modern, but I do like the romantic roses and everything. And like at first I started off with like pink theme, but then I wanted to branch out to include everyone else. So I opened it to like boho chic, but also like modern.
I love that. It's so cute. I was going through your Instagram a couple days ago and I was just like, gotta buy it, gotta buy it, gotta buy it, gotta buy it. Like I went, especially your pants. They're so cute. Like you make such like statement items out of things that people don't really think about making statements out of. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
So cute. Okay.
I'm a fan.
We're both fans. So I'm going to first I feel like I want to talk about how your journey up to starting your online boutique. So I know you kind of started in the blogging influencer kind of realm where you started posting on Instagram, your style. So take us through that journey.
What a journey it has been. First I was like, oh, I'm gonna post everything pink. Like that was like I branched myself into this little niche and I was like everything pink. And then I realized that was really hard. And I was like, okay, let's broaden the spectrum and include whatever I like fashion. And then I was like, okay, whatever. And then COVID hit and I was like, I'm really bored. I like fashion. This is the time to like create your own business. What can I do? And that's how I created the rose colored shop. So it's just like one thing after the next. It just totally branched off.
Wonderful.
And then after that, I'm like, well, who's going to take the photos? Me. Photography hit after that. So.
Well,
I love that. I think whenever, so you and I connected, was it last year or the year? I
No,
can't
it was
even remember. It's the year before, right?
yeah, the year before, yes.
Okay, 2020 doesn't count. So whatever happened 2020 doesn't count.
Black that out.
So I met you. You modeled for me a boutique that I worked at the time.
Mhm.
And I just remember like, oh my gosh, I love this girl's style. And you weren't close, like you were visiting from Michigan at that time.
Yeah.
And I hated it because I always wanted you to model for me, but you weren't nearby. So like I just watched, you post and really following you on Instagram. And so
Yeah.
it's been so fun to watch you start this business and go in your own direction with your fashion. So
Yeah.
as a new business owner, oh, okay, someone commented, Christy Saylor says, hello, 2020 totally doesn't count.
It doesn't count at all.
That was
blank it out. Just
I love
erase
that.
it.
2020
Skip
was the
it
test
over.
run.
Love it.
Oh gosh,
Yes.
we did good. We did good in
Yeah.
2020. So one of the things that I attribute to you is that you've always seemed to have a very specific digital aesthetic. And I know it started with you having like challenging yourself to post everything pink. So what was that like for you? And like the change and the shifts that you've made?
Oh, it was definitely fun because anytime I saw like a pink building, I'm like, oh, I have an idea. I can do like this, X, Y, and Z here. But like it was really hard. Like once I've done every pink building, I'm like, okay, I'm very limited. What's next? But at that point, like when I was first starting off, it was really fun to create content that was all pink. I've got some followers from that because they're like, oh, I like the pink aesthetic and it's super girly and cute, but it's very limited.
So whenever you decided to branch out, like what were those other elements then that you started bringing in? Because I feel like you usually do still have, mix in pink with your Instagram, but what is your goal now?
My goal now is just to be open and have fun with it, but also bring like I'm more focused in on like bringing like whites and greens into it, or whites and like natural wood in it, or just be less limited because it's hard to create content if you're just like I can only do this. More so it's like, okay, if this photo is darker, just make sure you have flowers, or like incorporate everything so it just creates a story versus like, oh, it all has to be pink. And that's where I think I've branched off.
I'm actually going to okay, can I bring your personal Instagram up?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
So that way people kind of get an idea of what we're talking about over here. So
it's
like,
so pretty.
At the beginning, like we can see how you are you were dedicated, first of all, love it. To all the pink. And
that was hard. That was a challenge.
But I love how that was like inspired the name for your blog, which then became the inspiration for the name for your business. First of all, this is like the cutest thing on the planet. I love this so much.
Oh my god.
That was a church. Yeah,
so
I saw
cute.
that and I was like, I had to take a picture there.
Oh my gosh.
I love that church. Yeah.
That's so pretty.
That is so pretty. So
there's all the pinks.
Now do you feel like, okay, so I'm going to scroll down here and then we'll just make our way up. Do you feel like now, instead of it being so literal, like rose-colored style, that now it just means like, seeing the world through like rose-tinted glasses? Or
yes, I think and it's like roses. Like, what color do you think of when you think of roses? I think of white roses, pink roses. There's so many colors, and I wanted to incorporate that as well. And it doesn't always have to be roses. It can be flowers. Like I have incorporated flowers as well, and pinks. And then in the spring launch, it's all white roses. So it's like I've broadened it. But yes. So I think rose-colored glasses, but make it your own.
Oh my gosh, that's so true. Okay, why do we automatically associate the term rose-colored glasses with pink? I do. Like when I just automatic. But
Oh,
you are
yeah.
so right. There's so many different. Like there's orange roses, right?
Yeah.
There's just. I love it, but I think
I
this was
love
great
it.
because I think this gave you like a really great container to
Yeah.
start when you were building your social media content.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, when they start, and I mean, you can do whatever you want. It's a free world. Like you post whatever you want and you just be
Exactly.
happy with it. But at the same time, like when they're trying to develop a certain, aesthetic, it can get really hodgepodge or all over the place. So I say
Yeah.
kudos for you for creating like a challenge for yourself.
Thank you.
And
Yeah,
I
and
love
I'm
those
like
thoughts.
I'm still like branching
I
out.
love
Now
it.
I'm very like if you can see, I'm now like more into
Mm.
like to plants, greenery and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
I've been branching into greenery and like gardening and stuff like that. So like I've been doing a lot of greens in my house and incorporating
I
greens
love
in
this
photos
one.
as well. Oh,
So
Oh
that's
my gosh, the
George.
pants. I want them so bad. Are you gonna be selling those? I
No, I got
like
them from a New York fashion, New York company, something like that, like years ago on
oh,
clearance, and I've worn them
they're
so many times, and I
so
always get
cute.
compliments. I should
those
find
are
a
a good
similar
look.
Those are
pair.
always the best ones too. Oh, I love
Yes,
them.
thank you. I know. I'm like they're so old, but like they're still so in.
Yeah,
They're so
that's when you
in,
know you
yes.
found a good. That's when you know you
They
found a good
so
pair.
timeless.
Yes.
I was gonna
So
ask you, when you write your blog, like, I'm sorry, I have a little bit of a lag. I think it's like 2 seconds, so if I'm talking over people, I'm really sorry.
go for
You're
it.
fine.
Okay, all right. It's because I see people move, and then it's like 2 seconds, and then I hear people talk, and then I'm like, Casey, you're like so rude right now. But I was
You're
gonna
good.
ask you about your blog. Like, when you took the picture for your blog, or when you take the photos, did you get inspiration from the photos, or did you get the blog idea and then get the inspiration, or did they all just kind of come at different times and it was just kind of living as a separate entity from each other?
Definitely the last one. It's like different times. It comes and goes. Like
Okay.
sometimes I have like this blog inspiration and then I need a photo to present the
Mm.
content. And then sometimes I'm like,
Mhm.
I just want to create content and then something will come to it later. And there's some stuff I'll share that is like a year or 2 years old. And then I'm like, I'm finally
Mhm.
have a reason behind to post it. So I don't know. I
Okay.
just like create and it just flows either way.
I love that. So you use kind of like an archive too, like that's
Yeah.
so I love that because some people get so scared to bring out old stuff, and that's just great because it's still you. It doesn't matter. It's totally fine.
Yeah, no, never be afraid to use old content. It's fine.
Mhm.
No
I
one's
love that.
judging. I'm not judging. So.
No. And we only know, what people do share. And I think like that's the great thing about social media, especially, is that you have a way to create a space for yourself and however you want to
Exactly.
use that. And I have a real hard time when like people criticize or judge other people for how they utilize their social media. I mean,
Mm.
obviously, we don't want people out there doing harm to others on social media.
Exactly. Yeah.
But if you're creating a space that brings you joy and that allows you to show up the way that you want to show up to the world, I think that that's a great thing. A lot of times we don't get to have that kind of curated, kind of control really in a way over these things in our lives. And social media can be a really fun way to do that. Um,
Mhm.
I definitely always want people to be like their authentic self, but
Yeah.
at the same time, like it can be a highlight reel as well. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to make it a place where you can celebrate your successes and celebrate moments when you feel good about yourself, like why not?
Yeah, why
Exactly.
not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like especially Instagram, it's pretty much like everyone's home. Like my page, I'm inviting you into my house.
Mm.
If you do not like it, leave my
Mhm.
house. You know what I mean? I feel like everyone should be open
Mhm.
to express themselves and just do whatever they want without thinking like, "Oh, will this impact someone else. If it does, just they shouldn't be there. You know what I mean? So I love social media for that.
Mm-hmm.
You can invite someone into your house and show them like what you want to, essentially.
Absolutely. I agree with that a lot.
Yeah,
So,
it's like,
go ahead, Casey.
oh, sorry. Like I said, this lag, it is just messing my life up. I'm sorry.
It is what
But
it is.
I really like that, like with like your house, because yeah, so it's like it really is. It's like literally a gallery feed, and it's like artwork that you just like hang up in this space, and things that you did that you just hang up in this space. And I really enjoy even just like sometimes whenever I feel like anxious or whatever, I like just like going through my own stuff and just looking back through and being like,
Exactly.
oh, look at these pictures of like you at the beach, like, or something like that. It's just like
Yeah.
nice to have these little moments in time still for like other people to see if they want to see it, like you're saying, and all that jazz. I like it. I think it's great.
Yeah. I love it.
So, whenever you were doing this, where you're just showing yourself and you're showing your own fashion, when did you realize, why am I not doing my own boutique?
You had a lot of impact in that, not gonna
What?
lie. Yeah, like when we were doing photos and stuff, and like I had so much fun with like taking photos with you for that boutique, and I was like,
Aw.
wait. Well, in quarantine, I was really thinking about it. I was like, I really loved like taking photos with her, but not only that, I just loved like that we could like
Aw.
do the outfits and just shoot content and all that. And I was like, why don't I just do it for myself? Like I can't travel all the time to shoot for a different boutique. Let's just create my own and do like whatever I want, like a miniature version of it. And I like even like taking photos, that was all you. I was like,
Oh my gosh.
let me just be like Brittany and see what I can create. And like the little like I try to teach
I
the
love
models
that.
the little hand thing because you're like do the pretty hands. So like now I'm like models do the pretty hands. So
That
yeah,
gives
you
me
had
so
a
much
big
joy.
impact. I was like, I had
Oh my
so much
gosh.
fun. I'm like, why don't I just do this as like a career and like I don't know, build it from there. But you definitely had a big impact in that.
Oh my gosh. Well, that makes me so happy because
Yeah.
I feel like there's just there's so much room for everyone, even if we do similar things or different things. Like
Yeah.
everyone brings
Mhm.
their own thing. Oh, real quick, we got a comment from Christy Saylor. She said, "If you don't like it, you can leave my house." That's right, girl. Preach it. Christy,
Love
okay,
it. Love it.
Christy, I'm gonna give Christy a shout out real quick. She just launched her social media management business. She has lots of experience with social media, and she decided to go for
nice.
her dreams. And so she's in on that social media conversation. Me and Christy I need to have her on the
Yes.
show later. But
Yes.
but yes, I absolutely that just makes me so happy because so boutiques in general, right? You know, there's a lot of online boutiques, but
Yeah.
each one is their own space, right? And I have to
Mhm.
say, like, yours is very distinct. Like, you have a very distinct style,
Mhm.
and I've enjoyed watching. You know, it's been open for a short period of time, but I've enjoyed watching it every time. Like, what is she going to bring? Because I know I always expect it to have like a slightly elevated romantic feel. Like I just
Yes.
feel like I'll like
Mhm.
go like I'll be in Paris, you know, having like picnic or something with the Eiffel Tower in the background if I'm wearing something that you sell.
Yes. I love it. Yeah,
So
and definitely huh?
oh, go ahead.
Sorry. I'm like in the photo shoots that I just finished one right before here. We're telling a story. And I feel like once you see the products and they're all online, it just tells a story and it's just so romantic in a way. So I
love
can't wait for
that.
everyone to see that.
Okay, can I bring up your shop's Instagram and we can
Yeah.
see what you posted so far?
Oh.
Give me a minute here. We are on yours. So over here, so this is okay. First, I'm going to just start from the bottom.
Oh
We're going
my
to start from the
gosh.
bottom. I'm going to work right.
Oh yeah,
First of
I
all,
archived a lot. Like we rebranded
cute,
essentially.
super cute with all your orders and your
Aw,
pink. Okay, we're
that's
going to talk
so
about
cute.
packaging in a bit, but this is adorable. Um, Okay,
all the
so
clothes.
this is for the spring 20. So this is what I love. It's like it just looks like it can all go together, right? Like things
Yes,
don't
yes.
feel mismatched or anything like that.
Yeah.
Oh, those shorts are so cute.
They're so
Oh my gosh.
comfy.
Oh,
Now
that's so cute.
You wore those on vacation, right?
Yeah, I wore them on both vacations. I'm like, I have to bring these. And all the models like, we love this. So it might
Those
sell
are
out
so
quick. Yeah, I
Well,
love
they
those.
definitely look like they have like a very comfortable waistline, and that to me is
Yes.
very important.
Yeah.
But seeing the pictures like you've just posted, I love like
Oh my
little
gosh.
peaks of detail. So is this the
Yeah.
white version of the top that you're wearing right now?
It is the white version of this top. Here. Let me pull
So
it
cute.
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Casey,
Has
I
the
see you
sleeves.
wearing that.
So you can have it on the
Right.
shoulder or off the shoulder, which I
Oh,
love.
That is so cute.
So romantic.
I love it.
And I love how you're like mixing in. Okay, first of all, I felt really proud that like the graphic flowed with your that was not planned. But whenever
Yes.
you archive it later, but I was like, oh, that actually looks like
No, I'm not
oh, wow.
archiving that. I'm proud of that. It looks great. I love it.
But it does. I was like super proud.
Yeah.
So
But
these are
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I love how you're like incorporating the flowers then with like just peaks or like kind of the full outfit.
Oh, that's
Now
so
this is
pretty.
inside your house, right?
That's in our guest
I-
bedroom, yeah.
I'm staying with you. Are
Yeah,
you
come
doing
visit
like
anytime you
Airbnb
want.
or something?
Come visit anytime. No, so like we were supposed to do an outdoor shoot and it was really windy and then the shoot I had today was actually snowing. So I'm like,
Oh
thank
no.
goodness.
Snowing?
It's snowing.
Oh, it's spring.
Oh my gosh.
No, the weather
Move.
was like April Fools, it's not spring. And I was like, cool.
Oh no! Oh my gosh! I'm not here. So what did
Yes.
you
Oh
do?
my
So
God.
what did you do because of the snow?
We
Like
just
you
shot
can't
everything.
fake that.
You can't. That's like I'm glad I pushed
Uh-uh.
back the launch because of everything else, but then the weather too.
Mhm.
But I have this light that I'm using now. It's like a sunset or like sun effect.
Yes.
So we just use that to incorporate more sun in the room and just faked it until we make it.
Hey, that is how you do it. I love it. So if anyone comes on your Instagram, it's at the Rose Colored Shop. And then I know your website isn't live yet though with the new stuff, right?
No, it's not like I've seen people on there, but nothing's posted yet. It's probably gonna be posted. I don't know if I'm gonna do 12 or 5. I need to do a poll to see what best time is for tomorrow, but I know for sure it's tomorrow.
Okay, if anyone's watching, comment what time she should make her new collection live. Should it be at noon tomorrow or at 5 p.m. tomorrow? Like, do you want to shop on your lunch break or do you want to shop after dinner?
Yeah, exactly.
5 a.m. I want to be the
convenient.
first to get that purple top.
Oh my gosh, well, I'm
I
putting it on
love
the
that.
website anyway. But this will be all
That's
updated
cute.
with your new products tomorrow. So that's exciting. I love that.
Yeah. It's like
Awesome.
someone in Illinois is online right now.
Well, it might be me. I love that. Okay, so I feel like there's a lot of journeys here. So I want to talk about your experience with your boutique because you started a boutique in Frankie says 5 because then I won't have to excuse myself from my desk.
Yes, right. That's one of the models for the shop.
Awesome. I bet
so
she already
cute.
knows what she wants too.
Oh yeah, she's like, I
on.
want this, this, and this. I'm like, yes, girl. She was such a great model. I loved it.
Okay, well then now I want to go back.
I love that.
Let's talk about let's give Frankie a shout out. Which one?
Okay. So in the black top right there, the close-up.
This is a tease because we only see the back.
Is that what
gorgeous hair? Okay, did you?
She killed the shoot, huh?
Did you add these to her hair or?
Yeah.
I love
That was
that.
so
Gosh.
Jazz, I actually have this neighbor, her name is Jazz, and she's what do we call her? Like the creative director. And this was her first time with my camera. She was like, let me do this, this, and this, and she
Oh
killed
my
the shoot.
gosh.
She
Love
took
it.
this photo and she was just with my Canon and she's like, did I do this correctly? I'm like, yes, direct it, do whatever you want. And we got we got this shot. We got a
Wow.
lot of shots. And I'm just like, this is beautiful. So this is Frankie's
I love
first
that.
time, and then it was Jazz's first time
Frankie!
shooting.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jazz!
yes,
Oh my gosh.
that's so
This-
pretty.
I mean, amazing, amazing work. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you can't tell, I love boutiques. I love fashion photography. So this is definitely something I want to talk in a little bit more. But when you started your boutique, you started in the middle of the pandemic and you're trying to find products. Things are crazy. Like, how was that experience for you? Because you did find a solution for some things. I just want you to kind of talk about how that experience was for you. You're brand new boutique owner. What happened?
Oh, you do your research. It is a tedious thing. I didn't realize that you have to do so many steps before you can get content or not content, just contacts to wholesalers or to vendors. You have to have a business license and a tax number and all that before you can even get into some of the websites. And then also you have to look at reviews and all that, because like you can order from people who don't care about that, but you're not getting the best quality items. And you just have to be very tedious about who you're ordering from. And let's just say it's a lot of work. It's not just like, oh, I like that, put in my cart. It's a lot of time and effort to find products for your shop.
Well, I want to say kudos to you for doing it, because a lot of people don't just do it. They're so scared of perfection or what if. And I admire, like, my mantra for the year is like, have the audacity. And to me, like, you're like, I have the audacity to have my own boutique shop that represents my style that I can provide the world. And the only way that I can do that. And I think that's a wonderful thing that you did. I absolutely love it. During a pandemic.
I would not recommend that. I would definitely do it after pandemic. But like, if you had that free time to just learn the business, it was the best time in my life to do it, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
That's I love that. That's amazing. So
I love that.
Definitely a journey.
One thing you started doing was that you started printing your own graphic tees.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what inspired that?
I was ordering from a vendor that was selling t-shirts, but their prices were kind of stiff for their quality, and I'm like, let me just get like a what is it called? A cameo, which you can like cut the vinyl. And then I got a heat press. And I was like, let me just get t-shirts. I can press it on myself. And I did that. And I loved what I was doing. It is a lot of work though.
Love that.
But yeah, I was just like, oh, I'm paying them this money. How do I do it myself and make it better quality for everyone?
Okay. I love a woman who just thinks for herself and will try anything. Because when you jump in there and you try it, you never know. One, you might want to do it again, and you have all that experience to know how to do it the best way possible. Or you may be like, been there, done that. I'm not doing that again.
No, it was fun. It was great for the experience, but I'm already like, I kind of want to sell that. Like, now I understand why it's priced at the price that it is. Because it's a lot of work and it's very tedious, but.
Oh, real quick, Jazz says, oh my gosh, you girls. Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. Also, I agree with 5, so I can make Chris wrangle the girls. I think we're getting your answer about the time of the lunch.
I guess they spoke. It's 5. The only thing is, the only thing is I have a wedding tomorrow. So like, I'm going to be at the wedding, just like at 5 o'clock, just like, hold on, don't say I do yet.
Hey, we got another comment. So it's on my personal one. The personal, anything's on my personal profile on Facebook won't pop up for privacy reasons. But Allison says she loves the videos. I went to school with Maureeshia, Cakes by Allie. And she says,
yes.
So awesome to see another woman coming up. I'm on board for it all. Thank you, Allie, for watching.
I love it. Hi, Allison. That's so sweet.
I love
that.
it. Oh my gosh. So, okay. So you tried the graphic tee thing and it actually went really well because you were doing like onesies and like, okay, you were doing future is female and
which was perfect after election.
Yeah. Perfect timing for that shirt.
Yeah, I loved it. It was not planned at all. I just had it before everything went down and then that hit. And I was like, oh, let me just do a flash sale Sunday or flash sale Friday. And it was crazy.
It was popular for sure.
Yeah.
Casey, I know we have like a time delay with you, but do you have any questions you want to pop in here real quick?
I had one. And then now it's just completely lost my mind.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Will you just interrupt again later?
I was going to say, interrupt.
Go for it.
Okay. So the next thing that I want to talk about is, and you alluded to this when you're talking about taking your photos and telling a story. I don't know. Was that something we talked about when we brainstormed together? Was like storytelling and collections and stuff? And so how did you take that to incorporate that into your business?
Before our talk, I was really like kind of lost and I didn't have like I was just going like, oh, let me post this for no reason. And then after we brainstormed, I was like, wait, I need to tell a story and just like incorporate make it all flow together and like, I don't know, just not like, oh, I want to post this because this is cute and then I'll post this and this doesn't make sense, but I'll post this and then I ghost everyone. After our brainstorm, I was really like, your monthly content calendars have helped. I haven't stuck to it completely, but like when I get it, I'm like, oh, what should I post? I look at it, I'm like, she's right. I should post about this. And that has helped branch how I'm been posting lately, but it really is about telling a story and making sure it flows. Like this photo tells a story for the next photo and this photo tells a story for the previous 3 photos and it just flows so well.
So
I love that.
When you posted a sneak peek behind the scenes on your story. So everyone needs to follow her, okay? It's Rose Colored Style and the Rose Colored Shop. I'm going to put your Instagram links in the details later, but
perfect.
I remember you posted like a behind the scenes, you had all your clothes all laid out and just like this adorable music and this filter. And I was like, the aesthetic.
Yes.
You're killing it.
Oh, that aesthetic didn't come until after our brainstorm. So like if anyone's questioning if they need a brainstorm with you, they need to. This is like my testimony. Like they need a brainstorm with you.
That was not the intention of this, but if you want to brainstorm,
no, 100% no. Like you should show like a before brainstorm with me versus after. That's 100% my shop right now.
I'm just so proud of you. Like you're doing it though, and you're like, I'm telling you, we're in a time where people can either do what they want to do or they don't. But then don't talk about how sad you are that you're not doing what you want to do, right? Like, just do it. Start a boutique. Don't know what you're doing. Figure it out. Now, don't go in debt doing it, you know?
Oh, no.
Don't buy a ton of products doing it, right? So, okay, about that, like, how have you, like, picked your products and gradually added inventory? Because that is the biggest expense of having a boutique.
So what I did is like when I first launched, I think I had maybe like 8 pieces. Even if you have 4 to 5 pieces, just make it work. And then once you make money off of that, turn it around and invest 100% in your business. There's other options. There's drop shipping where you don't have to invest any money. All you have to do is just be like, okay, you promote these products, another company ships it off and you get a percentage. It's not ideal, but at the same time, if you have no money to invest in your business, that is an option. And I mean, I might add drop shipping to add more inventory to the shop until I can afford to invest in more pieces than I have. So it's definitely a challenge, but you can make it work if you want to.
Well, I think the pieces that you've picked for your spring just go together so well that to me, like when I look at the lineup, I'm like, yeah, that could totally be my spring closet. And
yeah,
okay. So it also kind of reminds me of like a capsule collection, you know, where like people, is that like, was that your intention?
Yeah, I was like, what could like all flow together? Like if this was all I had for spring, I could make different outfits with that. And that's what I wanted to incorporate with all the models, to like style them differently, to show that you can wear the clothes in different styles and have multiple wears.
I love that. Oh my gosh. I'm going to spend some money tomorrow at 5.
That's fine. Yeah, well, 4 o'clock your time. I was like, let me think about
4 o'clock our time.
Oh
Casey.
my gosh.
So,
yay.
I love that. So, because I'm not as stylish as you are, and I love fashion photography, but I, as a person, like don't consider these things, and I get decision fatigue. Like, it sounds so silly, but Casey can tell you, I get so overwhelmed with decisions. And so if I can walk into a store or I can be on a website and it literally lays it out for me, like wear this with this with this, or I see it in like multiple outfit options on, you know, the other models for other products, like, oh wait, I saw that. Oh, it's paired with these shorts. I know I can get it and it's going to work well together. Right. And so seeing that, I'm like, a person can come to you and literally buy everything and have their spring collection.
Yeah, exactly.
And they only have to worry about it.
Exactly. And I think like that with the spring launch, it has been a learning progress. Because like when I first did the launch, I just used like the photos that the company sent me. And I was like, no one's really buying it because they're not seeing it. Versus I've incorporated different models and different body types, and they can see it and it tells a story, and they're like, oh, okay, I really want that. And that has made a huge difference.
That's the most important too right now in general with brands, is like making sure that you have all the representation that you need. So in that way you can be like, okay, this is what this looks like with that body type, this skin tone, this vibe, this certain thing. So in that way people can actually imagine themselves wearing those clothes. I mean, like, that's what we learned from Victoria's Secret, especially. Because it was like, what, that campaign lasted like a month, and then they wound up having to pull everything that like Angel Bodies campaign, like the last one that they did. Like, what was that, like 2016 or something? It's like so important because it's hard to shop on. It's hard to shop in general.
Yeah, it really is. I think that's a lot of things that you don't really think about when you start doing photography for a fashion boutique. Is like, you're like, oh, hey, here's someone who can model for me. They're available and they look good in the clothes. And so you do that. And then before you know it, it's like, you know what? I am using the same kind of person in all of these photos. So now someone who might be bigger or someone who might be smaller or someone who might be in the middle, they just assume that this isn't for them, right? Because they only see that one kind of person in those photos. So for you, have you done like model calls, or how have you found people to be in your photo shoots?
I did a little ambassador program because I am weird about reaching out to people. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't want to be that creeper. Like, hey, will you model for me? So I just did like a post, and I was like, hey, would you like to model for me? I'll give you a discount, and then you can also make commission, and each shoot you get money towards the shop, and that has helped. And it's not even about the body types for me, but it's like having a brunette or a blonde or a pretty black girl, and I want to show like. Because they're like growing up, it was hard to like see brands that had like the same model, the same looking model. So I definitely wanted to incorporate different styles and different models and just different hair type or even just different body type, and just make it inclusive to be like, oh, that girl looks like me.
I love that. That is so important. And you know what? That's so true. Because there are certain brands that you do see their models and then you don't feel like you're a part of that community.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't fit with them, so I'm not going to shop with them. But maybe it could be a great piece for you, and you didn't give it a chance because of that.
Yeah. So
I think that's fantastic. Okay, so I will just say, okay, I was the creepy person, all right? When I would see someone like on Instagram or whomever that I felt would be a good fit or would be an amazing person to photograph, I would comment and tell them or send them a message and be like, hey, I work at this place and I really would love for you to model for us. I think it's easier as women to do that. I wouldn't necessarily recommend men to do that. So if you're a guy, maybe do that with a lot more caution. But a lot of times I've met some amazing people in the area just by like searching in locations on Instagram, and people I would have never met otherwise, and who become very dear friends to me, even beyond this point. So I know everyone can feel a certain way about that. And if you don't really know them, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. It's definitely different when it is like out of your home versus at a location.
Yeah,
so that's
that too.
definitely different.
Yeah, I'm trying to branch out, but I'm like, I'm so introverted. So I'm like, oh, what did they read it? And they're like, this girl's a creeper. But I definitely, moving forward, I do want to incorporate more models when the world is like semi-normal and I can branch out and just have more people interact and whatnot. Like for all the photo shoots, I've had one model at a time, which is great.
That is
in the future, I do want to do a group shot to like show all the outfits together.
So you started when you had your boutique. When you started your boutique, you were taking pictures of yourself, right?
Yeah, with my tripod. Yeah,
you're using your. I love it. So did you have a timer or like a trigger, or what were you doing? I'm curious.
I did this self, like front facing, and then I did a video. I would go back in the video and then I would screenshot the poses I liked, and then I would edit it and sharpen it to make it look like it was just taken from a camera. Yeah, that's my trick.
Yeah,
you're brilliant.
Like, yeah, well, everyone does it on TikTok now, so I actually wasn't that brilliant. It's been known, but like at the time I was like, yeah, no one else is doing this, but now everyone's doing it. So yeah, I thought so, but no.
Okay,
it's actually right here.
I have never done that.
It's right here at all times.
Love it.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay, so that's brilliant because no matter what happens, if like, I don't know, no matter what happens, you can always create content, at least with yourself, right?
Yeah.
And so from there, then anything's possible with models and a photographer and all that. Okay, so this is the part that I'm really excited because I watched you be like, I think I'm going to be a photographer, and I think I'm going to do photography, and what kind of camera should I get, and all that stuff. So what has that learning process been like for you in the photography space?
It's actually, I didn't realize I was going to enjoy it as much as I do. Like, it's a great place to like just be expressive and creative and just artistic. So I got the camera right before Christmas. I did some Christmas shoots, like I did Christmas photography, and then I branched off to boudoir. So I've done some boudoir as well, which boudoir is my favorite. I can't post it anywhere, but boudoir shooting is like my favorite. And then shooting content for the shop too, which is fun.
So you have a photography business.
Yes, I do, but I can't really, like, I stopped posting it because like I'm more branched off to boudoir, and it's like some people just don't want to see it, and then also I don't want to ask clients if they're not comfortable, like, hey, can I share your photos? If they say no, like I don't want anyone to see this. So it's word of mouth in my area, but it's definitely something I enjoy doing.
That's so cute.
And then shooting photos for the boutique.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. The other thing we need to talk about is that your freaking location is just like why not shoot at your house, right?
Yeah.
You have like the perfect location inside and out. We don't have to tell people where you're at, but you live by a lake, and like from the rooms that you have, I've watched you do your remodel and your reno and all those things. So like from those rooms, you know, just that one room that you shot in to when it's not snowing and spring, like, you know, having a dock and being out, you know, and doing golden hour with the sunset and stuff. Like, that's going to be amazing.
Yeah, we definitely enjoyed it last summer. We actually never used our balcony, so that's what I've been doing. I've been remodeling like the balcony and getting it situated so we can actually sit out there and enjoy it and not take it for granted. And I've incorporated that into photos as well for the shop. So you'll see those in photos too. I love it.
Oh my God.
It's nice to just be able to walk in our backyard and have the lake and whatnot. It's
gorgeous. If you follow her on Instagram, like, you're gonna be like obsessed.
You're in Michigan, which
I'm in Michigan now.
Are you in northern, southern, or
west of Detroit? About 40 minutes, I want to say. Downtown Detroit, 40 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, not bad. I was downtown earlier.
I love Michigan. It's so beautiful.
In the summer. But no, it's nice in the winter too. I was like, but in the summer.
Yeah. I love it.
No, I love it.
Michigan.
Come
Everyone
visit.
I've met from Michigan is just really friendly too. Like they just have this really nice friendly glow. Yeah. I like them.
Yeah, super nice. Except they call porta potties porta johns, and like they call soda pop. But like you get used to it. But you're just like, what? Yeah.
It's an even trade for the friendliness.
Yeah.
But
they say yeah, they say so I'm used to that. Everything you do, excuse me. Like I'm like, I fit here.
I do say and I don't think about it. Like that's just that's the Midwest way of life, right?
Yeah, there's Midwest and there's like Michigan Midwest.
Oh my gosh. All right, Casey, you and I are gonna have to road trip to Michigan, and we're gonna head down Maureeshia and check out.
Come on our boat.
I would love to.
Yeah, summertime we'll have the boat.
Michigan is so beautiful. It's so pretty. You would love it up there.
I'm
they have
ready
great
to...
like the lake towns too are super cool.
Yes, we're in a lake
you guys
town.
have convinced me. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Not right now though. Not while it's snowing in April.
Come on.
I don't want to see any more snow for a long time.
Okay, don't come here until like June.
June. Okay, that's good to know. I like to have a target month in mind. So where you are with your business now, because you're really in the early stages and you're figuring a lot of things out, like what's your goal? Like what do you want to happen? Let's say, what do you want to happen at the end of this year? And then what's your long-term dream for the Rose Colored Shop?
Goal this year is by the end of this year, I definitely want to have I want to incorporate more clothes. So I want to if not double, triple the inventory.
Wow.
Include jewelry, baby swimsuits. Definitely want to include shoes. And then also just more sizes. I definitely want to get extra large and bigger, and then also extra small, incorporate everyone, because I feel I'm so limited with the brands that I'm buying from that I'm small to large, and I feel like I'm excluding so many people, and I can't help it because it's harder to carry bigger sizes or smaller sizes too, but I do want to find brands that will accommodate that.
You know, I want to talk about that for a second because a lot of people don't realize that that's the case with boutique clothing and boutique brands. A lot of times people think that a boutique just doesn't want to be size inclusive. And it's literally all about the brands that are available and what they actually make. So it's like, unless you have that skill and that revenue to be able to design your own line, like you are restricted to what is out there. I remember I went to Las Vegas one year with the boutique that I was working at, and that was such a priority, was finding a good brand with good solid quality and styles that we felt were going to really light up the customer. And there's just so many hurdles people don't understand that goes along with it for size inclusivity, especially.
Yeah, and like there's one brand, like there's clothes that I have bought for the boutique, and they carry bigger sizes, but they charge more. And it's a process too. It's like, will someone be comfortable wearing this? And I've asked a few friends, like, honestly, I'm very insecure and I don't think I'd wear that. So you have to also think about their style that they would feel comfortable in as well. So it's yes, like you said, there's many hurdles to it, but that's definitely a goal of mine in the future, is to include more sizes.
I love that. You're going to be able to, and you're going to find like those amazing brands. And I love that you're asking, right? You're asking those questions to the target audience.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they just assume. And that is where you have to do your market research. Go straight to the source, ask the person. Have you been able to get the feedback then for you to make those decisions, like beyond sizes, but just in other types of clothing?
Yeah, I've had people reach out and they're like, hey, will you include this? And I've taken note of it, and I had thought of doing it in the future. I've had close friends or like some people on social media that like, hey, love your style. Can you do this? Like, I wouldn't be comfortable with this, but can you incorporate this? And I've listened, and I want to in the future to definitely include that as well.
That's awesome.
I love that. So what's like your go-to like fashion advice for people like trying to curate their own style? Like, let's say that somebody's like, I have no style, I like yours, but I don't want to completely steal it. What would you say to them, like in just figuring out what direction they should go in, or like how to feel good about themselves with clothes on?
If someone copied me 100% completely, I'd be okay with that, as long as they feel confident in it. That's my thing. Is honestly, people like, oh, that person copied me. I don't think you can really copy someone as long as you're confident in what you're wearing. If you feel awkward in it, then it's not for you. But if what I'm wearing, you feel confident in it, and it's exactly what I'm wearing, go for it. Because at the end of the day, I want you to feel good about yourself, and I want you to feel confident. So if this is not what they want to wear and they don't feel confident in it, then I was like, okay, maybe instead of this, put a black cami and maybe a cardigan, and that might be your style. But I would help them feel confident if they weren't. But if they wanted to wear exactly what I was wearing to feel confident, then I'm like, go for it. There's no, I don't know, right or wrong answer
that.
To that. Okay, thanks for the permission.
She's copying you. She's copy and pasting the entire outfit.
Okay.
Yeah, no, people are like, oh, that person copied me.
I was projecting.
No, there's I would never be like, oh, that person copied me. They can't do that. Like, no, if I'm doing something that will make you feel confident and you're wearing exactly what I'm wearing, then I'm happy for you. Like, that's all that matters.
Oh, that's
As
so
long as you
great.
feel good. If you feel good, I feel good. That's it.
Love it. Love it.
That's, that is the important part. And, really, when you have a boutique, you are showing people what they can wear and what they can aspire to wear. So in a way, you kind of hope they're copying you, right?
Exactly. Like, I'm not wearing it, so you're like, okay, you can't wear this because I'm wearing it. What you two? Go for it. Like, I'm like your personal stylist in a sense. I don't know. Like,
that's so
you
cool.
do you. Yeah.
I love that. That is so great. Well, I'm so glad you got to join us tonight. I'm glad you stayed up late for us tonight and all those things. It really
Hey, it's
means
the
a lot.
weekend. I didn't realize when I I was like, wait, that's really late. I was like, wait, it's the weekend. We're good.
Well, good. That works out. So, okay, tell people where they can find you. Make tell them kind of real quick before you go, just kind of tell them like what your style is and what they can expect from you for the spring, and and who your clothes are for.
Oh, you put me on a spot, and I didn't even answer. Like, you're like, what do you want lifetime goal either? Right now you can find the shop at therosecoloredshop.com. You can find us on Instagram for the Rose Colored Shop, or you can find my personal Instagram at Rose Colored Style. I'm also on TikTok and YouTube.
She all over the place.
I'm all over the place. What else?
Do you feel like if you were to sum up, and I know I am putting you on the spot tonight. I should have made I should have given you a cheat sheet.
Yeah, I was like,
you're doing great. You're doing great.
I'm gonna text you like, give me a cheat sheet right now.
Hey, these are answers only but what if you were to sum up your style like in a sentence? What's your hope that your style comes across as?
Classic with a romantic twist.
Ooh, that
was
yes,
it does.
I was like,
she knows her style.
That was definitely on the spot. I did not think of that.
You did. Okay, that needs to be your tagline.
Yeah, like, wait, what did I just say? Classic with a romantic twist.
Classic with a romantic twist. So, and that's so true. I'm telling you, you're like romantic days with the Eiffel Tower in the background. You're like going on a cute little I don't know, just a nice stroll with your man, but you want to feel elevated, or your woman, whatever. You just want to feel elevated and beautiful. So I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for bringing your beauty to our show tonight. I'm a big fan of yours.
Thank you for having me. I'm like now comfortable. I'm like, it's the end, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good now. We're good.
You did great. You did great. Thank you so much for joining us and going live and not knowing what questions I was going to throw your way.
Thank you for having me so much. It was nice meeting you, Casey. Did I say right, Casey?
Nice meeting you too.
All right.
Yeah, you got it.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.